Aloha, I am Derek Sebastian.
Aloha, Stephen Inglis coming at you from Palolo Valley.
Aloha, I'm Little Rev coming to you from the upper Midwest of Wisconsin.
My name is Dr. Trey.
Hello there, I'm Fei Yi. Thank you for having me here.
Hi there, I'm Zoe Bestel and I play a Kanilea baritone ukulele.
皆さん、こんにちは。ラジパッド前田大輔です。僕もカニのウクレレ使わせてもらっております。
Hello, my kako. My name is Lina. I'm blessed to be a part of the Kanilea ukulele artist family.
Aloha, Ohana. I'm Kelly Boy Dilima.
I'm Kaleniku. And I'm Lila.
Hey, aloha. This is Alistair.
Miwa. Ami.
We're the McNeil family and proud players of Kanilea ukuleles.
Aloha, my kako. This is Corey.
My name is Hiilania Singh.
Aloha, my kako. My name is Crystal Mokolii from the group Keolu.
It's been ongoing 13 years now, sharing my musical journey with Kanilea ukulele, and it's been such an honor and privilege to do so.
You'll know why I like playing Kanilea ukuleles. It's like discovering the lost chord. It's like finding the lost city of Atlantis. It's like finding the goose that laid the golden egg. It's all right there in the tone.
And I play Kanilea because I believe that Kanilea is all about quality. Whether it's sound quality, instrument quality, the quality of the wood, whatever it is, it's always a top priority for them.
I play Kanilea because not only does it provide a beautiful sound,
I love the way that it makes me feel. Whenever I get up on stage, I close my eyes, I strum my instrument, I feel very confident. I feel joyous.
So the reason why I love to play Kanilea and working with them, because the ukulele men are really awesome. The sound of it is really unique and sweet.
I love my Kanilea ukulele. You guys know how much I love it.
Kanilea is the best.
I tell you so much. The craftsmanship, the build, it's just a beautiful, it's not only a beautiful instrument to look at, but it is a wonderful instrument to play.
素晴らしいサウンド、そして何よりかっこいいこのフォルムデザイン。木目.
I love working with Kanilea because they are so welcoming, like a family, and they take care to understand what I want in an ukulele.
One of the reasons why I absolutely love working with Kanilea is because of the Suza Ohana.
they take care of their artists and everyone that walks through their doors.
カニレアの皆さんと会うたびにですね、問題点はないか、もっと改善点はないかとかね、とてもね、親身に聞く方の、気持ちになって考えてくれて、本当に素晴らしいウクレレを作られているなといつも思っております。
I love working with Kanilea because they are all amazing people, the whole Suza Ohana and the entire Kanilea Ohana.
They are also very innovative, and innovation, I think, is important. On one hand, I think, yes, we want to respect tradition. But on the other hand, I think that being innovative and looking for ways to improve on the sound for the modern musician is extremely important. They come out with new models every year. To come out with new models every year, to me, indicates that, yes, we are looking for ways to innovate. We want to implement these new ideas into these new instruments that we're making.
And I know that for every Kanilea instrument that is made, a poetry is planted. And all these poetries help in the restoration of our native Hawaiian forests. To be a part of that process, to contribute to that, that is so amazing and truly, truly humbling.
Their kindness and their generosity and their commitment to our community and spreading the love of the ukulele helps to inspire me as an artist to do the same.
Just wanted to show you my Kanilea.
Playing this beautiful Kanilea GL6 guitar lele.
We love Kanilea ukuleles. We love you guys. Their instruments are the best sounding ukuleles out there and the best made. I guarantee it.
To Zenta in snowy Midwest, to Norm in Redmond, Washington, and to Puanani also in Washington, and to Durin in France, as well as to our incredible artists. Did you see them? Make me cry. To our incredible artists, our dealers, our fans, our friends, and our family all around the world. Mele Kalikimaka and happy holidays to you and yours. My name is Lina Girl, and I am also an artist for Kanilea Ukulele, but also a part of the Kanilea Ukulele team, and I am excited to host this incredible live showcase in which we can share with you the new 2021 models for Kanilea, including the 2021 Platinum Limited Edition, and enjoy some great performances on this beautiful Saturday. Thank you guys so much for being with us. We're gonna get right to it, okay? Because when it comes to this company, it really is all about change, innovation. You heard it from our artists, and you're gonna hear it from our team as well. Now, if you're just new to Kanilea and you're tuning in, welcome. I can't wait to showcase all of the great things about this company, which began in 1998 with a husband and a wife, Joe and Kristen Souza, who had this incredible dream to find the perfect ukulele and put it in your hands. And they worked hard towards that. In the process, they built a family, 3 incredible sons, and now these sons are a part of the company, and you're gonna get a chance to meet them. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and meet our Chief Financial Officer. He's gonna start things off for us. Iokepa Souza. Iokepa.
As you know, the world is not what it was a year ago. Everyone has needed to adapt quicker than the changing world. And since Kanilea has always strived to exhibit change, sustainability, and innovation, we see this unpredictable and unfortunate event as an opportunity to bring the world together through ukulele and to provide you with an unforgettable ukulele experience. Instead of you flying to Hawaii and visiting our factory, we're bringing the factory to you. With our brand new online viewing portal that allows you to view your instrument being built live, start to finish, side by side with our professional luthiers. No one in the manufacturing industry has ever attempted to provide such an amazing and extensive program. In spite of the difficult times, October of 2020 marked a monumental expansion for Kanilea. After closing our humble 900 square foot office and retail location, we have taken over a 4,200 square foot location in Kaneohe's local Windward Mall. We have dedicated over 2,000 square feet to provide the community with an ukulele showroom the world has never seen. We welcome you to visit us any day of the week. This has been a huge step for Kanilea, and we are so happy to grow the ukulele community with you. Mahalo for your continued support. Aloha.
And aloha to you, Iokepa. Thank you so much for that, brother. Yes, I'm actually here broadcasting from our brand new showroom. And I do hope that if you're ever in Hawaii and on the island of Oahu, you get a chance to come and visit us right here at Windward Mall. Now, my journey with Kanilea ukulele is long and beautiful. In 2006, my husband, brother Sam, became an artist of Kanilea ukulele, and he kept talking about how fantastic his ukulele was. And I was like, okay, let me go check them out. In the same year, Joe and Kristen were talking with Sam about creating something called the Ukulele Club of Hawaii. Because we had no clubs in Hawaii, would you believe it? Yes, the ukulele was born here, but there are bigger clubs around the world. And so these 3 put their heads together and kind of roped me in to found our Ukulele Club of Hawaii. It's a small little community project in which like-minded ukulele players get together once a month. And Joe and Kristen, along with a few of our Ukulele Club family, kind of just put in all the money, chipped in, and over the years continued it. And that's where it began. That's where my relationship with them began. It began with community. And this family is all about community. We are so excited to always support ukulele festivals and events that are happening around the world. And other organizations like Make-A-Wish Hawaii, Ryan's Light, Ho'ola Napua, and school programs in Hawaii and around the world. In fact, I want to share with you a little bit more about what they do with community. I'd like to introduce to you this incredible artist. He's going to share his journey with Kanilea, and then he's going to share with you how Kanilea and community matter to him. This is Kamuala Kimokeo of the group Hi'ikua, who is also the music director of Windward Community College, which is part of the University of Hawaii Systems. Take it away, Kamu.
Aloha, I'm Kamuala Kimokeo, and I've been a professional musician now for about 20 years. I remember my first encounter with Kanilea, with a Kanilea ukulele. I was in Japan, and my friends from the group Vaihi were playing, and they were playing these beautiful ukulele. And I remember asking, like, who made that? And they said, oh, it's this new ukulele company, Kanilea. And this was in the early 2000s. And I remember when we left that trip, we were there for a week. When we left, I was like, I am going to reach out to that ukulele maker. And I did. I got home because I just loved I played their ukuleles. They felt right. They sounded great. So I came home. I reached out to Joe and Kristen Souza, the owners of Kanilea, and they had just moved into their Kaneohe shop. And I said, I want to play one of these instruments. And we really hit it off really quickly. Any of you who have ever met Joe and Kristen, they're some of the most kind, thoughtful people that you'll meet. And so there I was talking with them, and I was amazed at how, as an ukulele player, they were so in tune to the things that I thought I might want and need with my instrument. So, and how willing they were to listen to the creative ideas I had with my ukulele. So my very first ukulele, for example, there's a song that I played where I would play with my teeth. And I thought it would be hilarious, to inlay words on the back, the words applause, just as a joke. And, they were I was shocked already because I kind of said it in jest. And Joe was like, yeah, we can do that. But instead of applause, we ended up writing a big aloha, so that when I turned the ukulele up, it would say aloha to the audience. And ever since then, I've been working with them, and it's been a fabulous relationship. One thing that I love about Kanilea ukulele is nothing stagnates, nothing becomes old. They never stop creating, they never stop innovating. From the time I started to now, their ukulele have constantly gone through these progressions which have made them sound better, feel better, playability has increased. And this is something that they continue to do till this day. They're constantly innovating, constantly moving forward, whether it's with technology, with sound, with the way that they preserve their ukuleles with strings. It's always moving forward. Now, currently, my job is I'm the director of the music program at Windward Community College. I reached out to Kanilea Ukulele, to Joe and Kristen, and I asked if they'd be interested in having a scholarship to help up-and-coming musicians. And without hesitation, they said, absolutely, let's do a scholarship. And we met, the scholarship was done, and we're excited that this coming year we'll be able to award multiple recipients of the Kanilea Ukulele Hawaiian Music Scholarship that will be specialized for our community here at Windward, on the Windward side in Kaneohe. Which is one of the beautiful things about this company, about Kanilea, is they are a company that, although worldwide they distribute their ukuleles, they are absolutely focused on community, whether it's through their reforestation projects or whether it's through educational endeavors. They're willing to reinvest in the community, reinvest in our future generations. And I think that's what makes this company so special.
Thank you so much, Kamuela. You are an amazing player. And if you don't believe him about that whole thing about the flipping the ukulele, you can actually see that video on his artist page on our website at kanileaukulele.com. Kamuela also touched on that incredible Kanilea Ukulele Hawaiian Music Scholarship. And just yesterday, Windward Community College launched the Hawaiian Music Certificate Program for the World. This is online where you get a chance to learn hula and music from the very best, and you can actually use your Kanilea Ukulele Hawaiian Music Scholarship towards that program. It's amazing. Again, you'll get all that information you need at kanileaukulele.com immediately following today's live showcase. All right, so a couple of things before we continue, because I know you want to get to the 2021 models. First of all, if you're in the chat, by all means, please throw up them shakas, okay? And if you've got any questions for me or the team, put them up in there because we've got a great live question. Yeah, Q&A, question and answer thingy. We have a great live Q&A following all of the big reveal. So go ahead and drop your questions inside there. We'll take care of you. Speaking of which, aloha to Clifford in San Francisco, mele kalikimaka to you, and aloha also to Michael, who is part of the CC Strummers in LA. Sweet, I love it. We got all kinds of people tuning into today's live showcase. Now, are you ready? You sure you're ready for the new stuff? I don't know. Maybe we should wait a little while longer. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. All right, let's get to it. We're gonna have our Chief Executive Officer introduce some of these incredible models for you, and he's got a few friends to come in here and jump in and play and have some fun so that you can not only see these beautiful 2021 models, but you'll get a chance to hear them as well. We introduce to you Kaimana Souza.
Aloha. Thank you for joining me here in the Kanilea factory. We're currently in the assembly department, and I'd like to share with you a few things about the past, the present, and into the future. Starting in the past a little bit, in 2015, Kanilea introduced the Platinum line. And really, the Platinum line was meant to display and showcase what kind of innovations Kanilea was coming up with. Back in 2015, the new feature for the 2015 Platinum was the thin slotted headstock that so many people know now, and the cutaway bevel, which transcended into what Kanilea does on a daily basis. And moving forward into 2016, continuing to change and innovate using different woods and different methods of building. Into 17, again, more different types of woods. Finally into like 2018, where we began introducing more colors, more colored woods, and different shapes and different designs to really continue pushing the envelope. Never resting, never settling for mediocrity. The Platinum line originally served as an outlet for new innovations and quickly turned into a reason for new innovations, continuing to improve on the previous year, which leads us into the 2019 Platinum, which was an entirely new body shape. The pineapple tenor, which is something that Kanilea had never done before, an entirely new body shape, was something that we needed to create for the year of 2019. And then eventually, within the 2020, we now offer the P1, which is a pineapple tenor in a more basic version. And then leading into 2020, which the 2020 Platinum has a great story, and I have one here. This instrument was a collaboration between Joe, myself, Iokepa, my middle brother, and Kahiao, my youngest brother. The Platinum line traditionally was Joe's brainchild, but 2020 marked the first year in which it was a collaboration between us four Souzas. And we all wanted to really put in our thoughts and come up with an instrument that was never seen before, never done before in the ukulele world. And we came up with this inlay to represent knowledge being passed down from generation to generation, and not just within our own family, but all families, and how important it is to us to continue to push and to continue to innovate, and never resting on our laurels is something that is really important to us. I don't think we'll ever be satisfied with remaining and sticking to the status quo. We'll always continue to change and find what's new and just continue to create. That's what we love. That's what really drives Kanilea, and the whole team here love to see it. They love to be a part of it. For the Platinum 2019, the pineapple logo that you see on the headstock was actually designed by Frank, who is part of the assembly team. And everybody within the company loves to get involved on different things and different aspects and just continue to create, continue to change, which brought about the D-shaped sound hole that you see here on the 2020. And in combination with the side port, you get an incredible sound. A sound really like no other ukulele out there. When you're able to create such a big open single piece of koa and allow it to resonate with your strings, you know, and in proportion with the super tenor body, what we're really creating is a monster of sound. You know, the power behind this design in the body with the sound hole off to the side, creating such a big one-piece space, is just an amazing sound. And in light of innovation and creation into the line from the Platinum, we want to introduce the D series. And this is the DK Super Tenor Premium, an instrument that has a lot of similarities to the 2020 Platinum in the fact of being a super tenor shape with the D-shaped sound hole, but is still a Platinum in its own right. This instrument will be an instrument that people can add to their collections that are totally unique. The Platinum called for new bracing, and this instrument actually has a refined version of that bracing system. And the lightweight feel, the good looks, the side sound port, the comfy armrest, you know, these are all things that draw similarities from the Platinum, but will transcend this model into the future. Now, the DK series, the Super Tenor, and the DR series, which will be a very similar spec, but with a sinker redwood top. Now, they will both be available with deluxe back and side options or premium back and side and front options, depending how you want to mix it up. But I could go on and on about this. I will let my good friend Kimo Hussey share with you his first impressions of the DKST and the DRST. Take it away.
Aloha, and happy after Thanksgiving. I'm thinking real hard because I'm so happy to be here in Kanilea's new retail outlet at the Windward Mall. And the reason why I've come here is to share ukulele with you. And so I have these two ukuleles. They're basically the same design. The big difference is this one, the top anyway, is redwood, and the sides and back are koa. And in this ukulele, the top is koa, sides and back koa. So this is an all koa ukulele. And so in order for you to get a real good perspective of these ukuleles, let me just in stereo have them do this. Both ukuleles have sound side ports, which I really like because in the playing position, that side port really focuses sound directly at me, the player, which is really wonderful. Here comes something that's extremely important. Of all the wonderful things that I could mention about ukulele, and specifically about these two ukuleles, I want to tell you what for me is the big difference between these two very, very special ukulele and the thousands, including many of the ones in this store that I have played. Both of these ukuleles are very, very high quality ukuleles. The higher the quality of the ukulele, the better the sound. The better the sound, the more we enjoy playing the instruments. The more we enjoy playing the instruments, the more we are able and liable to continue on to have fun. And you know what? One of the wonderful, wonderful things about ukulele, let me show you, is the fact that it provides harmony. And when I play a chord like this, you are familiar with this chord, but as I play this chord, we can hear that it wants resolution, which we do all the time. We go like this. Listen. We go from here, irresolution, to this, and we go harmony in ukuleles, all made better and made best by high quality ukuleles like these two.
Wow, thank you, Kimo, for that wonderful impression. Thank you for the beautiful song. Those instruments sure sound beautiful. Now this is the DR Tenor Premium. And premium because look at these back and sides. This spectacular coil right here. But with a beautiful sinker redwood top, which has a wonderful sound. The Platinum was standard in a super tenor shape, which is part of the reason for the DR and DK super tenor line. But we wanted to offer the D-shaped sound hole in something that was a little more compact and a little more easy to play for a lot of people, which is why we wanted to introduce it in the tenor size. Now still available in all koa or with the sinker redwood option, the DR and the DK tenors are wonderful instruments. I would like to ask my good friend Sarah Maisel to demo for you the DR Tenor Premium.
I've had the pleasure of spending the last 24 hours with this amazing instrument. One of the first things I noticed right away when I pulled it out of the box was just how absolutely gorgeous these woods are. The top is a dark sinker redwood, and then the sides and back are just the most amazing premium koa. I just absolutely thought it was beautiful. The other thing that caught my eye was this really amazing sound hole. Also, you'll notice that it has a side sound port as well. The great thing about that is this comes standard on the instrument, so you get to enjoy it, and it's so wonderful to get to hear what you're playing a bit, almost like having your own monitor. The other thing that I just think is so just amazing about this is how comfortable the instrument is. There's this really nice armrest here on the side, but the playability is the way that it has always been with every single Kanilea. I absolutely love the width of their necks, how they're set up. It's so easy just to go, from the first fret up and just to dance across the fretboard. This instrument has also just an amazing resonance and a really deep, rich tone that is perfect for playing standards. Just another absolutely stunning instrument by Kanilea.
Thank you, Sarah, for that wonderful arrangement. It sure did sound beautiful. Now, you've heard the DK supertenor, you've heard the DR supertenor, and the DR tenor. Now, Craig, wasn't there a fourth one? That's right, that's right. The fourth, the DK tenor, strung high G. Now these three were all low G. The fourth is a DK tenor, strung high G, and we actually had to ship it to my good friend, Aldrine Guerrero.
Hello everyone, this is Aldrine Guerrero, and today we're going to be doing an unboxing. So here we have Kanilea's little prototype ukulele for 2021. So I have not seen this before, so you guys are going to see this for the very first time. Just like I'm not going to say what it is just yet. I want you guys to be surprised, okay? So let's open this up. Here we go. So they sent this over to me, asking me to kind of see what I think, you know? But this is basically one of their new models for 2021. So I'm super stoked and super excited to see what's inside the box. All right, should be good enough. Okay, so, paper. Open the truth. Whoa, look at this case. All right, so they're not fooling around with this uke. It's water repellent. Oof. Prototype 1.1, the DKT Deluxe. Okay, so this is one of their, their premium ukulele cases. Got the Kanilea logo on it. It's got straps that you can kind of put on there, so you can put it on your back and carry it and stuff. But it's pretty good. Padding is nice and thick. Awesome so far. All right, everybody ready? Here we go. Whoa, okay, so first off, look at how plush. It's like crushed velvet. Very nice. Oh, that is gorgeous. You guys ready for this? Oh, okay, sorry. I have to open it this way so you guys can see. Whoa. Dang, that's beautiful. Okay, alrighty. So nice. So this actually keeps it, nice and secure on the neck side. It's really, really good. Love this kind of crushed velvet look here on the case. Oh, cool. They got like, a little bit more in there. So just in case you have a bigger ukulele, like a baritone maybe, Look at this beautiful thing. That is awesome. Okay, so let's read the official description on this ukulele before we start to strum it, okay? So here we go. This is a custom Kanilea ukulele. It's a prototype Kanilea tenor ukulele. It's a D-shaped sound hole. Deluxe curly koa body. It's got black front binding. Yes, front binding right here, the black. Ebony armrest. It's nice and comfy. All right, so it's got oval player side sound port. Bam, so you can hear what you sound like, you know what I mean? Not only will the audience be enjoying the sounds coming out of this beautiful thing, but also you know? It's got true redesigned bracing system, if you guys can see that. It's completely redesigned. Got the triangles on it. Used to have the, the circles. A cool new design. I'm pretty sure because it's got a D sound hole, the bracing on this is a little bit different from the usual circle sound hole in the middle. Traditional thin slotted headstocks. Ooh, nice slotted headstock. I love it. It's an ebony fingerboard, bridge, and head plate. That's what I thought. So ebony, ebony, and ebony. What else? White mother of pearl position markers and logos. White mother of pearl here, and the logo up there. White mother of pearl as well. Beautiful. All right, we got UV cured high gloss body with a silk neck finish, just like how I like it. The silk neck really makes it like super playable. It has no drag, it just kind of glides through. So if you're a player that likes to spend a lot of time up the fretboard, that's perfect. And of course, they're UV cured finish, always gorgeous, always beautiful, always very, very glossy. Let's see. They have Cosmo Black Goto Stealth Tuners. Nice. And New Bone Nut and Saddle. Standard, you know. And Aquila Super Nylgut Strings. That's also pretty standard on all Kanilea ukuleles as well. So I'm going to tune this up and I'll jam some songs and I'll give you guys a full review. Alright guys, so after spending a little bit of time with this, just jamming it a little bit to just kind of see its characteristics as far as sound goes and what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and why you should get this if you already have the 2020 Platinum model, because that's basically what this is. It's kind of like a no bells and whistles, well, I mean, still got some fanciness on this, but for the most part, compared to the 2020 Platinum, this is a lot more subtle. Okay, so the 2020 Platinum's got all the inlays over here, and it's got the bevel, and it's a super tenor, which I'm going to mention in just a little bit. But for now, let's just kind of talk about what this sounds like. To me, this is a huge sound. And with Aquila strings, the Aquila strings are not really known for long sustain, but for some reason, this ukulele, when I play it, it's still ringing. It's amazing. So this, I mean, I know that's not the strings. It's definitely the ukulele. The way that it's built, this this D-shaped sound hole just makes it ring a lot longer. I like the feel. You know, I've always really liked silk necks on ukulele, and I mean, I'm a tenor guy. You know, I love the size of this ukulele and the feel of it. I like that it has the armrest here, but you know, I know it doesn't have the bevel on it, but you know, totally fine with me because I'm more into the armrest than I am with the bevel, because although I do spend a lot of time up here, I don't really necessarily need the bevel, so it's more just kind of a look thing, and I think it looks a lot more, dare I say the word fresh? It looks a lot more fresh without the bevel, because you can kind of see the koa and this beautiful cut of koa that they use for this particular instrument, and it's really nice. The lines, the grain going through it, the curl, so you can kind of see the whole thing. You know, when there's a bevel here, that kind of takes a little break away from you know, what the koa looks like. And also, you know, not that I don't like the inlays on the 2020 Platinum, but this, because it's so clean and it's just the you know, it's just the wood and what the wood grain looks like, I think that's fresh. You know, that's why I use the word fresh. Now, I mean, Kanilea always uses the highest quality koa, so you know you're gonna get a nice cut of wood when you get an ukulele from there, regardless of which model you get. But this is exceptional. You know, I love this, and I love this kind of almost diagonal curl that they got on this book match. That's crazy beautiful. This part right here, the headstock on the 2020 Platinum, it is more of that kind of, it's like a crown headstock. But I am actually more particular with the flat style headstock, and you know, it's no secret that I love slotted headstock. So that slotted headstock with a flat style on the top, that's just calling my name. So I love that look. And you know, if you guys are familiar with my model, I like to keep it nice and clean. I don't like too much, you know, too much inlays, too much anything like that. So this is actually a ridiculously perfect model for someone like me. Now, why would I get this other than, you know, if I already have a 2020 Platinum, say? I would get this because it runs in a tenor. I mean, honestly, that is the biggest difference for me. I have played the 2020 Platinum. It sounds great. It is also a sound monster, but I feel that tenor is a lot more comfortable for, you know, for a player like me. So if you already have a 2020 Platinum, you have yourself a super tenor. Now you can get a nice, sleek, very clean, very fresh looking ukulele from Kanilea Ukulele. And you know, you can get it in a tenor size as well. So 2020 Platinum, beautiful thing, but this is absolutely gorgeous. It highlights the wood. It's simple, it's clean, and it sounds amazing. So let me just kind of jam a little bit for you folks, and I'll leave it at that. All right, so here we go. One.
Thank you, Aldrine, for that incredible demo. And thank you again to Kimo and Sarah for your music and friendship over the years. Now you've heard the DR and the DK models, which at the end of the live stream will be available for pre-order on the Kanilea website or at your local dealer. Now don't forget to put your questions in the comment section, which can be answered at the end during our live Q&A. So put your questions down there and I'll see you at the Q&A. Aloha.
Mahalo kay mana. That was so awesome. You got your friends to come in and jam those ukes. Big mahalo to Kimo Hussey, to the beautiful Sarah Maisel. Hey Sarah, where's your partner Craig G? Huh? Where was he? And Aldrine, you know, I believe you asked him for a performance and that dude gave you a full unboxing and review. I loved it. That was so awesome. But now you get to see some of the new models of 2021. In fact, I was kind of checking out the chat while you guys were playing your music, and Steve asked, what does the D stand for? Dreadnought? And so Phil answered in the chat, no, it stands for don't touch my ukulele. No, actually, it stands for that D-shaped sound hole that you see. And of course, as Kaimana said, pre-orders are going to be available for you immediately following the live showcase through Kanilea Ukulele and, of course, your authorized Kanilea Ukulele dealer. Also, just want to let you know that we're streaming live on YouTube as well as Facebook. So make sure you're putting up your questions there, because I'm going to put those questions to the team, and we'll have a live Q&A immediately following everything. Now, there's one thing Did you see a 2021 Platinum Limited Edition? I didn't see it. Don't worry about it. It's coming up, I promise. And yeah, I know I was just kind of making a little trouble there to Sarah because Craig didn't join her. I love to see them as a duo, you know, Chi Maisel, world renowned. They travel the world sharing their love of the ukulele. They do so through instruction at Artist Works and, of course, festivals everywhere around the world. But she did that one solo because her man is coming up in just a little bit. In fact, Craig is part of our content creator team. He is an incredible photographer and videographer that we enjoy having as part of our ohana. Craig, why don't you share a little bit about what's going on in the custom shop and how people can design their own instrument? Can you do that for us, brother?
Aloha everyone, I am so honored to be here today to talk about some very new offerings from Kanilea Ukulele. First off, I have to say, this year had so many of us just paralyzed with fear. There were so many uncertainties, there were so many things that it was easy to get sucked into this void and not quite know how to recover from everything. And luckily Sarah and I, really just realized we had to keep pushing forward. We had to just, with all of our energy, with all of our hopes, keep pushing forward. And we were very fortunate. We found ways to build and connect with the ukulele community that we've never been able to do before, and we've had so much support from not only fans but from other artists. We tried our best to keep even innovating what we do to help others and to connect. And one of the big things that we love about Kanilea ukuleles is that they took this whole pandemic as a challenge as well. Instead of just trying to pare down and play things safe, they invested more. They are trying new things. They're trying to not only provide hope and stability for their workers, but to the ukulele community, to give us that ray of hope that things will get better, things will return back to a new normal, we can do the things that we love and enjoy without fear, without worry. And they've really stepped to the plate and invested a lot in that. And one of the things that were created during this time is the custom shop. Now, the custom shop isn't just made for ukuleles that are a little bit different than the stock models. These are actually the creations, all the way from the design to the end result, from the actual workers here at Kanilea Ukulele. So we've had people, all of the crew members have had these ideas over the years, things that they would love to try and experiment with. And this is the first time that they've been really able to create their dream ukuleles. Now, some of the favorite instruments that I found in the custom shop right now are right along the side of me. So I'm going to take some time and showcase some of the examples that I've been talking about. All right, this is one of my favorite just ukuleles of all time. It is gorgeous. This is one of Kahial's creations. And I'm not exactly sure the whole story of why he created this particular one, but for me, it is just gorgeous. Okay, let me give you the rundown. We have that spruce top. Again, the incredible binding. This is what I mentioned earlier about that stained wood. We have a stained maple rosette, as well as the side. Oh my God, look at that. And the back. Look at that. That is just insane. So we have the stained maple body, high gloss, but we have that nice silk neck, which makes it really soft, and you don't really get stuck to it if you're sweating in front of a big light like this or outside in the sun as much. Again, with that nice slotted headstock, and again, you can see the nice, I don't know if you can see it, nice featured blue logo as well. And again, even with a low G, it still sounds pretty dang good. All right, this is the 6-string baritone I was talking about. This is one of Kristen's designs. Incredible koa as well. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. And we do have the sand inlay, not only in the fretboard, but in the bridge pins as well. Huge sound, just absolutely gorgeous. But again, one of the important things about having this custom shop too was to keep innovating, was to keep inspiring the people that are building these ukuleles to try new things, to try different combinations. This ukulele is named Kanilea, after the Hawaiian god of the deep sea. We have this incredible stained koa on the top, as well as the bridge pins and the inlay throughout the fretboard, and that whole plate there is all that stained koa with the ebony K, and we are followed with this incredibly deep ebony body with the back and sides. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I guess just for fun, they threw in all these incredible parts too. We have, again, that nice armrest here, and the little bevel there. It's just, again, these are just incredible creations that would never have been created if not for the custom shops. All right, from Iokepa, we have this incredible stained koa. Oh my God, that's gorgeous. And again, we have some of these other features that we've seen a lot of, which makes so much sense to have, like the sound port. We have the armrest. We have the nice bevel there. But look at all of that bling. I'm gonna hold this there. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. All the way across with that maple headstock, mahogany stained neck to match that beautiful koa. Yeah. See, I have the best part of tonight. I can just talk about these incredible instruments and have fun playing. I had it easy today. Now, this does lead me into the next section, a little section, not too long. But the next section I'm going to talk about is already implemented in the website. It is the design your own ukulele tool. And from there, you can piece together anything that you can think of. You know, from the armrest to the sound port to this crazy bear claw spruce top. This is where you get to create your dream ukulele. And if you're like me, you know, Sarah and I, when we first were talking with Joe about our custom ukuleles, we realized, you know, we're not wood people. We haven't been building woods for the last 30 years. We don't really know much about that side of it. So, you know, we kind of said, oh, this is the sound we're looking for. Whatever you think would get us there, we would love. And Joe was like, yeah, I think this combination would be great for this uke and this combination for that one. And it came out beautiful. And so if you get intimidated by all of the different options and choices that you do have, do not be afraid to call up. And I think you'll either be talking to Lena or to Kaimana or even Joe, and they can walk you through and help you get to that exact sound that you're looking for. They can talk about the feel, they can talk about why certain combinations will give a certain sound, but don't be afraid. You know, they are here to help. They've been so incredible to us, and I know they will help build your dream ukulele. Well, thank you so much for joining me here. There's so much yet to come, but right now I want to send this back to Lena, who is going to talk a little bit about one of the most powerful ukuleles ever built.
Thank you so much, Craig. You are awesome. And yes, I've got an incredible story for you on an ukulele that planted a forest. Yep, that's just a little bit. But I just have to let you know that beautiful ukulele that Craig just showed you with the gorgeous blue stain and the spruce top? We nicknamed it Winter's Glow. But now we have to change that name to Winter's Go, because it literally just sold in the middle of this live stream. So sorry about it if you missed it, but that's okay. We still have some beautiful instruments for you in the custom shop, or ones that you can design yourself. Want to say aloha to some of our friends in the chat. We got some players hanging out with us. Chris Fuchigami is there. Hilo Boy, whoop whoop. Also aloha to Aldrine. Thank you so much for the unboxing, brother. And he's coming at us from the island of Kauai, and all the way from that beautiful island of Haleiwa. What's up to Derek Gamiao, who is Kale Gamiao's dad. How you doing, brother? Thank you so much for tuning into today's live stream with Kanilea Ukulele. So about that story, the most powerful ukulele that we know is an ukulele that literally planted a forest. So in the latter part of 2018, our very good friend Willie K, who we miss very, very much, joined us in a project in which we created an endangered species ukulele. The name of that ukulele was I'iwi Honikoa, which means the I'iwi, which is one of our Hawaiian honey creepers and one of our endangered birds of the forest, kissing Honi, the koa. And Willie took this project on, went, played it around the world, and then turned around and gifted it back to an organization called Saving Hawaii's Forests, which is something that we're very, very, very passionate about, reforesting. We know where the koa comes from. We know how important it is to put it back into the land, not as a business, but for the purpose of doing the right thing, protecting our watersheds, protecting our forests, protecting the things that we have. And that i'iwi honi koa, just that one instrument alone, when we were able to auction it, was able to help us plant a large tract of area called a nahele. Essentially, that ukulele planted a forest. And if we said, if we can do that with one ukulele, I think it's time for us to do that with another. And so the Endangered Bird Species series was created. The second ukulele in that installment is being played by an incredibly talented Hawaii artist who fronts a team of musicians that he's essentially the father of, and he is a generational player. So we just were able to lock arms with him, and he is now playing something called the Waia Kanene, which means the water along with our nene. And that is a very special bird to us. It is our island bird here in Hawaii. We're gonna tell you a little bit more about that because again, reforestation is such a big part of what we do with Kanilea ukulele, and music, the ukulele, the forest. We want to show you how we are able to connect all of these things and make it truly meaningful. Take a listen and take a watch.
Kupu mauli no ke ola o ka ukulele ma ka wauna hele. Mina mina nui o Kanilea I ka hoi hoi loko mai ka I aku. No ke la me ke ia ukulele I paano I ke kūkulu ia. Kanu hoi mā kou I mea ulu o iwi Hawaii.
You know, I'm so excited to be playing this wonderful instrument, handcrafted and just made with so much love. And for it to be a part of the Endangered Bird series is just a big plus. You know, a couple of years ago, I saw Uncle Willie K's beautiful ukulele made, and I thought to myself, what a beautiful ukulele, and the intricate inlay and the craftsmanship, you know, of this instrument. And I thought it was the most beautiful thing that I ever saw until I saw this at the NAMM show, maybe a year ago, I would say. And this thing just lit up the entire area over there. I mean, people were coming up to it, and, you know, just the detail, you know, the blue coloring and the nene over here, and then on the fretboard is just incredible work that, you know, I appreciate, I enjoy, and I am really blessed to play the instrument. The one thing that I love about Kanilea ukuleles is a project like this is something that will be auctioned off. And of course, I've been playing it for about a year now. And you know, Kanilea is always about giving back and you know, giving back to the aina and reforesting and keeping the keeping it going, you know, the next generation, you know, like children here in Hawaii. It's the same thing with the forest, you know, and these instruments that they build. You know, you make one and somebody buys it and it goes back into reforesting and growing. They're going to be growing thousands of, you know, with the sale of this instrument, they can add thousands of more trees for the future, and thousands and countless more instruments. And it's a wonderful thing to do that, to, you know, not only, you know, it's a cultural thing, you know, it's you know, in Hawaii, we feed you know, we plant into the next generation. We give those seeds even into our people, into our land, and it's what, you know, makes us a special place. And that's what makes Kanilea a special ukulele company above and beyond anybody else, is that, you know, they're giving back to the land, and it's producing beautiful instruments that we can, you know, perform and play for not only people here in Hawaii, but all over the world. So with this installment of the Endangered Bird series, Kanilea can go back and they can plant about 10 acres of new babies, new keiki. 10 acres of koa tree is not as easy as anybody would think. You know, I had the wonderful experience, I should say. It was wonderful. It was a little bit of a task. You know, the ground up there, of course, it's natural habitat up there on Hawaii Island, but you know, you got lava and you're digging the ground, and I was over there sweating, and I was planting my koa tree and sandalwood, and I was looking around to, you know, my Kanilea family, if anybody could help me dig this hole, and they said, Kelly boy, you digging your own hole, buddy. So 10 acres, you know, is a big task, and you know, so hey, kudos to our family, Kanilea, for doing, you know, just reestablishing the land. You know, it was already had koa trees over there, but they're just putting back the natural things that belong there and have been there for thousands and thousands of years. So wonderful experience I had, and you know, I look forward to more trees. Funny faces as you try and walk to me. My little girl, you mean so much to me. Big brown eyes, candy smile, and oh so sweet. My little girl, you mean so much to me. Everybody needs a little someone in their life, and I got you. Everybody needs a little sunshine in their life, and I got you. Elena in your eyes, I visualize, oh so sweet. Wonder what you're thinking about when you look at me. Your belly walking and you're talking, you're so sweet. I miss you making, baby girl, you are so sweet. Everybody needs a little someone in their life, and I got you. Everybody needs a little sunshine, and I got you. Elena Kanilea too.
Aloha everyone, it's so great to see all of you in our virtual showcase. It's so strange, but I'm so happy to see all of you. Today I wanted to share with you about our reforestation project. And this project is very important to Joe and I, as both of us grew up here in Hawaii, and being part of our culture and building the ukulele, which is the state instrument, we felt it was very important to always think about the products that we're using koa, and we always wanted to give back. And in that, we wanted to plant a koa tree for every ukulele that we built. It was one of our goals for many, many years. And in 2014, we were given an opportunity to purchase a parcel on Hawaii Island in Kealakekua. And at that point, we're like, wow, how are we going to do this? This is amazing. This is what we've always dreamt of. And so being very new to planting and growing anything, we just thought, you know, we're going to go for it and learn as we go. So we were able to get 96 acres to start with as our project. And we learned that there were artifacts on this property. They're old cowboy walls, which we needed to document and make sure that everything on the land was able to be utilized. So then we got into fencing of the property, then into the greenhouse portion of the property, and then growing all of these keiki seedlings. It was a group effort with us and the kids. We would go out and gather our seeds because you really want to plant the koa that comes from the land that we're planting in. And we have a 33 acres of existing forest with native plants as well and invasive species that we continue to work on. But we were able to seed gather, cultivate these seedlings, and then in 2017 we did our first planting of 5,000 koa trees. It was amazing, and now some of them are 50 feet tall. We have great water source. It's continuously raining. It's getting a bit warmer than when we first bought the property, but the trees are loving the rain and the clouds that come in. We first started with only koa and then learned that it's actually a full biodiverse forest that we're planting. It's not just one species. So then we got introduced, and now we plant different species like mamaki, a'ali'i, hoava, pilo, maile. And these are all native plants. And we want to create a full biodiverse forest because it's a relationship between the trees and the plants. Just as it is a relationship to us and the forest. Without this forest, without these trees, we have nothing. And just as Joe and I feel that our relationship with the ukulele is very similar, and our relationship with each other. And this is a passion project, and because we want everyone to be involved, we created the Waiakanene ukulele. And Kelly Boy, who's playing this instrument, is very instrumental in the whole program. This instrument, along with a koa Hawaiian weapon, CD signed by Kelly Boy of the group Kapena, and $1,500 cash will be up for sweepstakes in January 2021. Another project that if you aren't able to participate in is we have a planted tree box set. It's an ukulele set that has a concert ukulele. Absolutely beautiful, sounds amazing. It has a rosette, abalone rosette binding, and it comes with a tuner, a bag, a cloth, but most importantly, my favorite, is you'll receive a certificate of planting of a koa tree. And on that certificate, it has the GPS coordinates, the latitude and longitude, and all you need to do is hop onto like Google Map, Google Earth, or some other type of search engine for mapping, and you enter those numbers. It'll take you right to Hawaii Island where the tree is planted, and you get to hold on to that certificate and know and proudly put it up where you can see it and know that you've planted a koa tree as well. And those are the two projects that we have running right now, and I'm so excited to have all of you involved with this beautiful project, and I hope to see you soon. And I really miss all of you, but I'm glad that you were able to spend the day with us. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you soon. Aloha.
Very big mahalo to Kristen Souza, who is our co-president of Kanilea Ukulele and the mastermind behind Reforest Hawaii and Saving Hawaii's Forest. Now, a little earlier, she talked about the Waiakanene, and you saw Kelly Boy playing it. Well, in the chat, Patrick asked that Waiakanene ukulele, when will it be available? Well, we can tell you, but not right now. Okay, so just make sure that you are on our mailing list at info@kanileukulele.com. Just hit us up and we'll make sure that you're there So you can find out when we release details on when the Waya Kanene becomes available. So thank you so much, Patrick. And a very big mahalo to all of those who are hanging out in the chat with us. Mahalo to some of our incredible dealers. Yes, our authorized dealers around the world that are locked in. Aloha to Armando Zupa out there at Penny Lane in Florida. George K from K's Music in San Diego. Aloha to also Andrew Hardell, who is a big part of Uke Republic. I believe they're in Tennessee, I think. And but he's also part of Rock Class 101. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Project Ukulele Hawaii, bro. Thank you so much for listening in and watching in and dropping in on the chat. In fact, coming up in a little bit, we're going to do a question and answer session. So get your questions in there so we can put it to our team. All right. Okay. What's coming up next? Oh gosh, have we seen that 2021 platinum yet? No. Are you ready for it then? Okay, good. Because I'm about to introduce to you two incredible guys who are again part of the Suza Ohana. Now you've met Iokepa, you've met Kaimana, and you've met Kristen. Time for Big Daddy and the littlest guy, okay? Coming up, we want to share with you all of the beautiful nuances of the 2021 Platinum Limited Edition Kanilea Ukulele. And here to showcase it for you and let you hear just a little bit of it is Kahio Souza, who is our Chief Technical Officer and is the protege of his dad, our master luthier, our visionary, and the man behind Kanilea Ukulele, Joe Souza. All right, guys, take it away.
Well, it's the moment of truth, what you've all been waiting for. I know everyone's been anxiously wanting to know, what's the new 2021 Platinum look like? Well, Kayao and I are here to share really the essence of this year's Platinum and everything that we've went through to create and put together these unique features on this instrument. You know, from concept, which of course really started back in like March, yeah, all the way back in March of 2020, when, you know, these ideas started to flow, where, you know, we looked at how are we going to create an experience for a player to really enhance what our instrument is providing to them, and looking creatively from there. I think at one point we talked about like a wedge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you remember me kind of sharing that?
That's where the whole idea kind of started from, was a wedge body. If you don't know what that is, it's basically one side of the instrument is thicker than the other side, so it goes from thick to thin, and it's basically allows, without sacrificing any, you know, depth of the instrument, you're able to get a skinnier side for comfort. And that's kind of where the idea stemmed off of, how do we get a comfort kind of feeling without sacrificing tone? And that's kind of where the whole idea started off. How can we make this experience the best for the player, which is you? So that's kind of where this all started.
Yeah. And really, you know, Kayao is sharing probably one of the most keen features on the whole instrument,
mm-hmm.
which is this total relief, true relief.
Yeah.
So, you know, when we're designing and putting together, looking at the jigs and the fixtures and how are we going to really create this, you know, because it's something that no one's ever done on an ukulele. And that led us to, you know, this journey amidst a pandemic, really. I mean, fighting with the different shutdowns and, you know, the struggles of, you know, just keeping our family safe, to coming in and, you know, looking at the different jigs and the processes and the features and how we're going to be able to put that onto an instrument. So from there, you know, we created the first jig, which is a jig to bend the top of the instrument. So in order for us to really like nail it, we had to prototype it, you know, and there was so much prototyping throughout the whole build of the instrument. You know, one of my favorite parts of the instrument is when Kahiao went and designed the sound hole and the side sound port. You can share a little bit about what that inspiration was.
Yeah, sure. The inspiration actually came from a koa tree and the koa leaves, and that's basically from our involvement in reforestation. And the original design started similar to this, and I've kind of gone through about 5 different drafts to get to this final one on this instrument, which gives a similar amount of sound space as a normal circular sound hole, but still gives it a nice kind of design with the inspiration of koa leaves. And then that's also visible on the side sound port, and which is actually very similar to our 2018 Platinum, if you've noticed before. So kind of, I wanted to pay homage to what we're doing on reforestation side of the company, and that's kind of where the inspiration for the whole instrument, as you can see, it goes around the whole instrument, all these koa leaf designs.
Yeah, and it was so much fun because, you know, when Kahiao created these leaves, and the first time I seen it, I was like, I love it. You know, and we're into an area again that we learned from our 2020 Platinum, which was, you know, changing the bracing on the inside of the instrument to free up the instrument and to free up the soundboard to get better resonance. And by moving the sound hole to where we did, it actually allowed us to open up the treble side of the instrument and get, you know, clearer notes and better sound. But it also set forth another challenge where typically we would have a brace, what we call a lower lateral brace, that runs along the bottom, closer to the bottom of the sound hole, and then our upper transverse brace, which of course would support where the neck and the body and where the fingerboard is. But in this case, we had to actually remove that brace. So that set us on a course now of, well, we still have to support that area, and how can we support that area? So we created what we call our true support. That's on the inside of the instrument to support where that fingerboard connects into the body of the instrument, and to take all of that stress that's getting created from the string tension. Mm-hmm. You know, and besides the beautiful features, the koa leaves that are inlaid in different components on the bridge, on the fingerboard, up on the headstock, you know, and really showcasing koa and all the beauty of the wood, you know, we have to take everything into consideration. And yes, we were able to provide this true relief and comfort for the player. But then for that same moment, we had to kind of see future growth in the instrument. Say, okay, I'm gonna buy a 2021 Platinum. I love playing it. It feels so good. I love to play it. Now I want to install a pickup. We're like, oh no, how are we gonna install a pickup on this instrument? So that again put some creativity, and we went and created this area that's on the back of the instrument, which allows us to actually install a pickup and take care of anything internally on the instrument if it arises.
So if you just notice, as he closed the access panel there, it kind of just melts away into the instrument, and you can hardly see it anymore. And that was obviously done by design. We originally had, when the idea came up, to use screws,
I don't know how you feel about screws on a Kanilea, but that just doesn't sound right. So Joe came up with the idea of using magnets, which was a genius idea. It allows it to have a sleek look, hardly visible. You could almost miss it if you weren't looking for it. And when I actually pop this open, you can see on the door here, there's actually a little cute brace there with triangles in there. That was actually done by design because of our radius back on our instrument. So we have a 5-foot radius on the back of our instrument, and this access panel actually needs to follow that 5-foot radius, and that brace basically allows us to follow that radius. So if we didn't have this brace, you would basically have a flat piece of koa on top of your radius piece of koa, so it wouldn't look good. So there's all these little things that we did to make sure that this door, you know, looked good and almost like practically disappeared as it magnetically attached itself back together. So there's a lot of effort put into this access panel for sure.
But even when we're looking at the sound of the instrument, by creating our true relief, we were giving up some of the airspace. So do you remember what we were doing as far as gaining airspace and some of the mass reduction components?
Yeah, so to compensate for the relief here, the true relief, we actually added 1/8 of an inch to the depth of our body, and that basically makes up for the loss of airspace right in this small area. So some of you may be wondering just how comfy is this true relief, and it's going to be hard to explain it over video, but I'll try and do my best. So when you're playing an instrument and you've got that edge from right on your forearm, this just completely takes it away, and your arm basically becomes one with the instrument, and it just feels right. There's no sense of strain or stress on your forearm when you're playing, and it just feels right. If you thought that the armrest on an instrument felt good, which it does, don't get me wrong, this is by far 10 times more comfy than an armrest. And I mean that. It feels so good. And I know you don't get to feel it yourself right now, but I'm just trying to explain a little bit on just how good it feels. And once you get to try it yourself, I think you're going to agree with me and just see, like, this thing just feels right in combination with everything. Just it all comes together for one amazing, great sounding, comfortable instrument, and I think it looks good too. So,
yeah. You know, it's so fun when we were assembling the first instrument and we were prototyping. You know, as soon as the glue is set, and we were all anxious, like two little school kids. You know, get out of the jig, open it up, and you know, of course, immediately into a player's position. We're trying to, oh, how's it feel? How's it feel? It was like, holy moly, this is it. I mean, this is something that is huge, huge on how it affects your experience from a player's point of view. So, you know, the other big question, of course, is, well, how's it going to affect the sound? And, you know, Kahiao and I really, really bit into that. So if you wouldn't mind sharing a little bit more.
Yeah, sure. So immediately after our first bend, our previous experience shows that doing a bend actually adds strength to the instrument, and we could just tap the instrument and you could tell it was sturdy, which is a good thing. And that actually opened up another concept that Joe had, which was mass reduction. And you might be wondering, what is mass reduction? So mass reduction actually is an etching that Joe created that goes on the inside of the instrument. And you can see that there's a triangular pattern, which is, you know, we're pretty famous for using triangles. Triangle's the strongest geometrical shape. And basically it allows us to remove mass in such a strong area without sacrificing any of the tone or structurability of the actual instrument. So using mass reduction in combination with the strength of the true relief has opened up the soundboard to new possibilities that 1 year ago would have been crazy, like, to think about.
So basically, mass reduction allowed us to relieve mass to gain better vibration. And that's what we're always looking for. It's the balance that we find from a builder's point of view, is how to relieve mass to gain vibration yet still have strength.
Right.
You know, and that's one of the things pre-COVID, and something that I know that we're going to be looking forward to in the future, is we have students come to the shop all the time on tours. And they're on tour basically studying science, technology, engineering, and math. And they're coming into Kanilea to see what we do and how do we walk that balance between tradition, an ukulele, and technology and what we do. And really, when people look at our instrument, of course, they see the beauty in the instrument. But as Kahia will tell you, there's a lot of engineering that's going on the inside of the instrument.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, just like how I said, the mass reduction, it's kind of this internal thing that you don't get to see from the outside. It's kind of something for you to know, like, my instrument has this beautiful thing, but it's for me kind of thing. And that kind of works in hand with our bracing and even the access panel. It's just something you don't see from this angle that adds so much value to the instrument, from feel and sound and looks and everything. It just all molds together, and it all stems from engineering. And it's just, how do we make this instrument the best we can make it?
And that's exactly what we're trying to really relay to you. How special this instrument is, how it makes you feel when you play, and really the whole experience that this instrument provides, because we're so excited to get an instrument like this into your hands and let you be creative and see, really, when you kind of get the instrument out of the way a little bit, how it just allows you to play and enjoy and have fun. And you know, when we as Kanilea look at what we do, from planting a koa tree to building the best ukulele we can today, we really look at everything and try to get it as perfect as possible, because that's who we are. And that's what we want you to have when you join our Kanilea family. So we thank you for coming and enjoying this day with us, allowing us to share in this very unique way on who we are and what we do. Go and check out our website. See more about our 2021 Platinum, KanileaUkulele.com. We'll have a landing page and it'll explain all of the different inlays, from first-time inlay on a bridge to the koa leaves that are inlaid on the fingerboard, the radius fingerboard, and all of the exciting new features that are really coming on this new 2021 Platinum.
And you can actually pre-order it on our website right now. So,
and if you order it today, you'll receive it by Christmas 2021.
What he actually means is, if you get yours now, you'll be first in line to get it beginning early next year. So,
yeah. You know, we've been working really hard on just securing this master grade koa, and literally been working all year in preparation for this 2021 Platinum. So, you know, we appreciate you guys taking your afternoon, morning, and spending time with us. Of course, you know, with everything in the world today, we ask for you to, stay safe, keep strumming, and actually we have our Q&A section coming up next. So you have any questions, you can throw right back at us. So we appreciate, again, you guys spending time with us. Mahalo.
Aloha.
And I magically pull them right here. You see how I do that? The magic of TV. Woohoo! Thank you so much to Joe and Kahio. Family and friends, this is our Suza Ohana of Kanilea Ukulele, and we're excited to have our Q&A session. We vetted some of these great questions you had. Some of the questions were a little bit wonky, but that's fine. We'll take your wonky questions. Bring it, bring it. We're all about it. Now, if we're not able to answer your questions right now, we'll definitely answer it in the chat immediately following this live showcase. I do hope you guys loved that 2021 Platinum. Did you guys love making that 2021 Platinum? Huh, Joe?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Woo-woo! All right, so let's go ahead and get into the questions at this time. And we're going to start right now with Kaimana. Okay, we're going to give this one to Kaimana. And this is two different people coming off of our chat. Greg Schnabel asked, do you carry an ukulele with a wider fretboard? And Phil is also wondering about that scale length on our tenors, a 17-inch. Does it come with a bigger body? And I figured, fretboard, width, length. You can go ahead and hit that. Go for it, Paimana.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Thank you for those amazing questions. All of our Kanileas actually come standard with an 1.5 inch nut, which is wider than the standard ukulele. So to answer the question, yes, they are wider than most instruments out there in the world. And to touch on the scale length a little bit, tenors, super tenors come standard with a 17-inch scale. Unless otherwise notated in the model, it would say 19-inch, and that would be the only time that that instrument has a 19-inch scale. So tenors, super tenors come standard 17-inch, and then if it has a 19-inch, the model on the inside of the label will say, or wherever it's listed, it will say 19-inch on there. So 1.5 inch width, 17-inch scale length standard with a possibility for 19 inches.
And when you're talking about that possibility, you mean that I can go in and I can design my own instrument with a 19-inch scale, is that correct?
Absolutely. And we do tons and tons of builds that do have 19-inch scales. It adds a nice spacing for your fingers to get on the frets, and it can be done, yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that, brother. All right, so a number of people have actually asked how they can help out with Reforest Hawaii. A very big aloha to Ukulele Project Hawaii that was specifically asking, how can I help? Especially Kristen, during your portion of today's live showcase, I know you talked about the Waiakanene. I know you talked about the Plant a Tree Islander box set, but how are other ways that people can help Reforest Hawaii?
Wow, thank you for being interested in supporting the project. Through our website, reforesthawaii.org, there's a lot of information about how you can get involved, and there are options to sponsor the planting of native trees, either Koa iliahi, which is the Hawaiian sandalwood, or mamaki. You can also email me directly. I love to hear from you. And there's also apparel. We got great t-shirts, Aola Koa t-shirts, Live Like a Koa Tree, water bottles for sustainability, trying to help out the environment. So all of the proceeds from those sales also benefit our native forest. And in addition to purchasing your Kanile ukulele or Islander, we'll plant a Koa tree as well. But for more information, just hop on the website, reforesthawaii.org.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I know a lot of people are asking, and they've asked prior to this live showcase, so we would really love to involve you in what we do in regards to reforestation. Perfect. All right, Kahiao, I'm going to bust you up now. You ready? Nah. So as our Chief Technical Officer and under the tutelage of your dad, you've been having so much fun, and I've been seeing it on our custom shop, kind of going crazy. You do know that Winter's Glow sold in the middle of this live showcase, right?
Oh.
Yeah, even as Craig was talking about it, it sold online.
Okay.
Right. And that was your beautiful spruce top with your little, blue sunburst there and stuff like that. Awesome. So, seeing as you're having so much fun with our instruments, we got a couple of questions for you. This one comes to you from Peter Gaskin. He says, how does that larger lower bout affect the tone compared to the other models that we create?
Sure. So, to answer your question, comparing it to, say, a smaller instrument such as a soprano, and looking at something like a tenor, something you're more probably used to, a tenor kind of gives a fuller, warmer, kind of big tone, and that's kind of the same effect that's given from a tenor to a super tenor. So when looking at how does a super tenor affect the sound compared to a tenor, you're just getting a warmer, deeper, more full sound, kind of similar to going in the direction of a guitar tone. So yeah, the way it affects it is just making it sound better is what I feel makes it simple. Yeah.
And I think it's amazing because isn't it just like a ½ inch on either side?
Right.
Yeah?
So
and just that amount with maybe a slightly deeper body, does it really make that huge of a difference?
It definitely does. You can especially hear it in our 2020 Platinum, how deep and amazing it sounds. Just by adding ½ inch on each side of the lower bout, it sounds amazing. In combination with a low G. Craig may disagree, but
Boom. Craig is not a low G man, but we thank him for playing a low G on this live showcase. Keep this video forever, because I think that's the last time we'll ever see him do that now. But thank you so much for that, Kahio. I got one more for you. You ready?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so this comes from Susie Wong. She says, how would you, oh no, I'm going to say that one for Dad. I'm going to say that one for Dad. This one comes from Rick, and I believe Rick's last name is Higginsit. He says, it would be nice to hear how that top bracing has been changed to accommodate the offset D-shaped sound hole.
Sure, yeah. So, Rick, looking at the D-shaped sound hole, because of not having that upper transverse, which comes traditionally on our circular sound holes, we had to look at a way of getting a new bracing up there, and that's where we came up with our lateral transverse, which runs, if I can kind of show here, from like this point to here on the inside, and that basically allows us to get a lateral strength, which it works hand in hand with the string tension pulling from up and down on the instrument. So yeah, it's also done on our 2021 Platinum, and it also allows us a whole new true support on our 2021 Platinum, so we can get totally new options just by moving the sound hole over to the side, unlocking a whole new style of sound that I think sounds amazing. So.
Oh yeah. In fact, are you holding it?
The 2020.
Uh-huh. Can Kaimana hold the microphone and have you play a little bit? It's live. We're live, family. You see how this works? I don't know if it's, are you tuned up, brother? Yeah, okay, but play a little bit for us, because I believe that Rick's question was it would be nice to hear. Oh, okay. And he loves that explanation as well, I'm pretty sure. But let's hear a little bit more of that.
Okay. Sure. Gotta think of what to play. I'll just do some strumming for you. I can do some picking just for you finger stylists.
Thank you so much, Kahio. Yeah, I'm gonna cry.
On the spot. Yeah, I didn't really
on
practice.
the spot, just like that, making trouble. Thank you very much, brother. I really do appreciate. This next one is for your brother right above you, Iokepa, because he touched on this so quickly, and some people were like, wait a minute, did I hear a digital online portal? Now, I gotta tell you, family, we love to offer tours. We want you to see how Kanilea builds its ukulele. We want you to see what makes us just a little bit different from everybody, and of course, some of the traditional Hawaiian techniques that we keep, as well as the modern techniques that we are including. However, with the way that the world is right now, it's a little tough to do that, right? So, Iokepa, share with us about this digital online portal and how people can actually see their instruments built live.
Well, you got it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this whole concept of allowing you to bring you into the factory, to a sense, to allow you to view your instrument being built live, allowing you to view your instrument, like the binding. If you're getting binding, if you're getting a rosette, you'll be able to see the rosette being built by our luthiers. It's just no one in the ukulele community, manufacturing, guitar, anyone has ever tried to do something like this, where you try to bring the customer into the factory. And the whole concept actually came from Mom, Kristen. she was just like, she wanted to give you guys the best experience you guys can. And I know she's been dreaming about this even pre-COVID. But when COVID finally hit, like, we knew that this was an absolute thing to do. And to bring a little bit more insight into it, you're able to view your instrument via a viewing portal online. We'll give you a username, a password, you log in, and we'll send you daily emails saying your instrument's going to be worked on at this stage. It's going live at 11 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time. You'll be able to log in, you'll be able to view your instrument being rosetted or binding or body assembled, or where we do our finishing or prep sanding, buffing, final assembly. You get to see the whole process, the 9 best processes that we thought were the most noteworthy, and we thought that you guys should be able to view these processes, and that's really the whole concept, and we're so glad to finally release it. It's been a long journey. It's been a few months, and we just have so many things with Kanilea right now, and I'm just so glad to be able to be a part of the project, really. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, Okepa has been working very hard on this project, making sure that every camera is there, and you've done such an awesome job, brother. I cannot wait for this baby to go live. Your digital online portal. Can you imagine? You're sitting there on your couch in your pajamas, whacking your Cheetos, and watching your Kanilea built? Isn't that incredible?
Yeah, and if I could add, they actually will be able to keep this information forever. Yeah. They'll be getting a link or...
Yeah, you'll be getting a... how this entire process will work is you'll be able to view your instruments live, you'll watch it live, and at the end of your instrument being built, and when we finally ship you your instrument, we'll compile all the videos, make it into a really nice, it's probably gonna be a 2-hour video, really. It's probably maybe even longer. I think Craig's gonna be editing all of them.
Love you, Craig. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Where did I buy my shirt?
Let's get a close-up of your Okepa shirt.
It's a really nice shirt, and I actually just got it maybe 3 weeks ago. Mom bought it for me. She has really good taste, so.
Yes, not all the questions are about ukuleles. And he is the star of our show with his very cool shirt. Thank you, Okepa. Thank you so much for that. Again, that digital online portal is going to be going live in 2021. All right, I do have a question for you, Joe, and this is the one I almost gave to Kahil, but I really think hearing from our master luthier and literally the mastermind behind Kanilea Ukulele, I thought this was appropriate for you. This one comes to you from Susie Wong. She says, how would you describe the characteristic sound of Kanilea? What are you trying to achieve when designing this ukulele?
Wow. Thank you, Susie. That's an amazing question. And really, from a player's point of view, which is what I was before I became a builder, I always looked for tone as the real cornerstone of the instrument. And being able to apply the knowledge from a player's point of view now into the ukulele as a builder, the tone that I was really looking for is something very warm, something that still has volume, projection, because that's important, but more importantly, the sustain and the resonance, and really what happens to that note or that sound after you hit the string. Because to me, that's part of the ukulele, you know, that warmth or that resonance that happens after you strum or after you pluck the string. So from a player's point of view, that's what I was looking for in my instrument. And from a builder's point of view, that's what really we're looking to achieve, that nice warm, yet with volume, and of course sustain, which is so important. It really helps with the complexities of the tone, especially for a finger stylist, you know, where you can pluck that note and know that that note is going to resonate. Because, you know, from a player and even from a listener's point of view, it's all about the sound. The sound is everything. And looking at creative ways from the builder's point of view to really achieve that optimal sound, you know, that perfect Kanilea sound. So great question. Thank you, Susie. I think we have another juicy question.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I had to run off camera because this question came through and I thought it was very appropriate. We're seeing a lot of people now wanting pickups and strap buttons, these incredible add-ons to the Kanilea, which, by the way, happens post-production. So if you have a Kanilea and that's something that you want to put in, it's something that you can do. But it's also something that our team can do as we're building the instrument before it gets to you. And Stephen Adler made a comment about that he finds that the Kanilea pickups sound incredible for these particular ukes, and he's wondering, is there going to be any change to this pickup line? Or, if you can give us a little bit of background on how the pickup is designed, because these are actually Kanilea pickups, not the ones that you see in the market.
Right. Great question, Stephen. It's good to hear from you too. For our pickups, really, when we sat down and started to design our pickup, you got to imagine, this is 14 years ago. Nobody really made an ukulele pickup. So from the ground up, we were designing a pickup specific for the ukulele, and not just getting a guitar pickup and fitting it into the ukulele. And again, those are uncharted waters. So it's a matter of figuring out what tone we're looking for. And again, that clarity in the note is so important. So we went and designed it from the ground up with 4 individual piezos, or basically 4 individual pickups, one for each course on the instrument, for our 4-string instruments. And of course, for our guitarlele or GL6, we designed it with 6 individual pickups. And from there, it allowed us really to fine-tune and create what I would say a great signal for the sound guy, because really that's what we were wanting to achieve. So whether you're playing at home, at the comforts of your home, and you have a nice passive system, and you don't mind doing the volume and the tone control right there on your little amplifier, we have that. But for those who really the instrument and the pickup on your instrument is so important as an artist, we have to deliver a great sound to the sound guy. Now that sound guy might be, on the other side of the stage, where we want to give him a good signal, something that's strong, that he knows that he can rely on. And that's where we looked at our active system, and our active system with the volume control. And then today, where we're looking at how to actually control the volume for each course. And that's what's new. So as Kanilea Ukulele, we're always innovating, we're always looking forward. And by doing this, it's now, and it's still in actually prototype, where it gives you, the player, and or the installer, because it does require to do some internal work when you're installing the pickup, to control the volume for each of the courses. Now that's pivotal. That's going to change the whole industry, because when we look at a pickup now, and say you change strings, and your strings you put on are a different tension than what originally was on the instrument, you're changing the tension of the string, which ultimately could affect the volume on the pickup. You may get a string or a course that's a little bit more louder or softer than the other. With this, it's going to give you the opportunity to actually adjust the volume of each of those courses. So even if you go from a high tension or low tension string, you'll be able to really dial in the tone so that there's a nice balance across all 4 strings. So those are what's new for Kanilea. And I know for 2021, we have all of these amazing offerings. Of course, we still build our standard instruments that everyone so loves, their K1, their K2, and the K3. But now with these new additions, and of course with the new pickups, you're going to be able to really find the right instrument perfect for you. So thank you. Great question.
You are so awesome, Joe. Seriously.
No, Lena, you are awesome, because really, thank God for Lena Girl. Everybody give Lena Girl a round of applause. She has navigated us through this unbelievably, as a host, of course, as part of the Kanilea team, as an artist, and now, of course, as our administrative team. She's amazing. So another round of applause for Lena Girl.
And honestly, Joe could have his own live showcase, which actually, I actually created a segment called Just Ask Joe. But then they got afraid that Joe would talk for 20 hours and he wouldn't build any instruments. So they're like, no.
Give a Portuguese mic.
But I do want to ask this Portuguese a couple more questions. But I'm going to ask you about this ukulele sitting over here in just a little bit. Before I get to that, though, I have a question for Kaimana, because some of the people on our chat are asking about the DK models and the sizes that they're going to be available in. Can you give us a little bit of info on that?
Sure. Yeah, I was seeing a few questions in the chat. The D models are available in the tenor and the super tenor. And I did also see some questions about the platinum in other sizes. And when we release the platinum, it's typically for the year that it's released in its single size, similar to the 2020 being super tenor only. the 2021 will be tenor only for the year of 2021. And I mean, if you look at it and you really think about it, the 2020 became a tenor. So who knows, maybe you might get some true relief in another size coming up in a year or two.
I love that, brother. Thank you so much. And can you kind of show off that true relief one more time? Just kind of, I mean, you can just kind of see the lights kind of glinting off of that. That's just crazy, right? And when we originally put up the picture and some of the videos, people were like, something is wrong with that ukulele. It's melting on one side. There's a purpose. There's a reason. It is by design. And of course, that is our 2021 Platinum Limited Edition, which of course is going to be available for pre-order immediately following our live showcase. All right, I got one final question, and this is going to be for Joe. Because while they sat down over here, and then he set up his little ukulele over here, and I looked at that and I went, okay, I've worked for this company. We're going to be coming up on 6 years now, and I have never seen this instrument. So I'd like to know why? Tell me all about it, please, please.
Okay, just to give everyone a little bit of insight to what we're going to be looking at is, one of the benefits of being a builder, to me, is being able to tell the story. And in this case, this is an instrument that was designed with that exact purpose, to tell a story. And in Hawaiian, that means a ho'ailona. I had this kind of like a premonition, or this story, or the ability to paint a picture now onto an instrument. And in this case, the essence of the story really is, we were at our reforestation project. We were at Nani Ekolu. And I got up in the middle of the evening, and I seen these 3 beautiful, distinct streaks running across the sky. And, it kind of gave me chills. I was like, what is that? It looked like maybe comets or something, but they were running parallel. And the immediate thought that came to my mind was mai nakupuna mai, which is a Hawaiian kahea, or a callback to our ancestors. And that callback would be, in this case, for help. We need their assistance. So, from there, the creative juices started flowing. 3 individuals in a va'a, or in a canoe, paddling from povehi. So that's part of the instrument. I'm going to go ahead and kind of get it in the right light there so you guys can see. And Craig's going to zoom in. And that right there is, on the headstock, actually povehi, or the black hole. And this is our ancestors paddling in a canoe, answering that kahea, or that call, mai nakupuna mai. And it's 3 individuals. Sorry, I'm gonna try not to cry, but I asked why 3 individuals in my mind, and the only thing that came to mind was the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit paddling in a canoe, coming to our rescue. And they're actually coming back to Mokolii. So Mokolii is Chinaman's hat, as some people know it today, in Kaneohe Bay. It's literally just right outside the doorway here. And Mokolii, of course, is almost like a portal, if you could imagine, for our ancestors. This is where they left on these navigational journeys. And here they were returning to Mokolii. And something like this, or kind of an anomaly that would be taking place for something like this to happen, you'll see that there on the soundboard where we did individual inlays of the moon. And for Hawaiians, the moon is so important. It tells us when to plant, when not to plant, what to expect, and it's something that we always looked towards as our calendar. So here, in this case, on the same evening, we're going to have all of the phases of the moon, from a full moon, or hoku, to basically no moon, and then back to a full moon. And that's what the ukulele, in this case, mai nakupuna mai, became the canvas to tell this story, or this ho'ailona of what is to come, as we call back to our ancestors for their help. So that's what's on this instrument.
Joel, thank you so much. Family, it's change, sustainability, innovation, and generation. With Kanilea Ukulele, it's about building an ukulele, not just for now, not just for a few years, but something that you can pass on generation to generation to generation. And you're actually seeing it right here in Kanilea Ukulele with 2 generations of builders and innovators of the ukulele. So with that, I want to say a very big mahalo to my Suza Ohana. You guys' work is not pow yet, so I have to boot you guys off camera. Get going. No, I'm serious, for real. Stand up and walk off. Put your mics down. Come on. You guys got something special to help us finish off this live showcase. Yes, move, 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 I say, move. Okay, great. Nah, but for real, while my Suza Ohana gets set up for the big finale of today's live showcase, I do want to heartfully tell you, thank you so much for being with us. We know that it's the middle of the holiday season and there's all kinds of great stuff going on, but you spent some time with us and that makes it so much more meaningful. There is a very big group that is part of our Kanilea team that were not able to join us on camera, but I would like to acknowledge every single one of them, because some of these people are the ones that build your Kanilea ukulele. And some of these people are the ones that you worked with to get your Kanilea ukulele. And so at this time, I'd like to acknowledge them. I want to say a very big aloha to our team in production: Dwight, Frank, Pete, Seth, Scotty, Wyatt, Jason, and their incredible team leader, Kaleo. They do such an amazing job building. In fact, when you decide to get that digital online portal for yourself, those are the hands, those are the faces that you're going to be seeing creating your ukulele. I also want to say a very big aloha to our sales team, because they work so hard in getting these instruments to the person down the street and to the people all around the world. So a very big mahalo to Micah, who takes care of all of our dealers worldwide. And a very big aloha to our store sales team. That's Moana, Koa, Pono, and their amazing leader, Kayla. And you get a chance to meet these guys when you come in and visit us at our brand new 2,000 square foot flagship showroom here at Windward Mall, second level, right near Macy's. All right, family, please don't forget the ukuleles that you've seen, besides Mai na Kupuna Mai, you cannot have that one, but all the others are now available for pre-order at kanileaukulele.com. And of course, if you have any further questions, just drop it in the chat and we'll make sure to take care of it. But I think it's time. You guys ready? Are you tuned up? Come on, your bass, tuned up? You guys got to see his little tiny boy bass. It's just so cute. The tallest guy gets the tiniest bass. It's hilarious. Ladies and gentlemen, to bring our beautiful live showcase to a close, we introduce to you once again the Suza Ohana.
Aloha, yuka ihu ihu. Ikule hua ika ulu vehi lahae. Upua e kamanao i ke au moe. Uia i ke ala o ka maile lahae. Upua e kamanao i ke au moe. Uia i ke ala o ka maile lahae. Ola ka honua i ka wanao. I ke kanile o honi ana mani lahae. Ola ka honua i ka wanao. I ke kanile o honi ana mani lahae. E malama pono i ka ulu koha. Kanu i a paa i ka aina lahae. Alama pono i ka ulu koha. Kanu i a paa i ka aina lahae. ke aloha, iuka iu